Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I'm going to be talking on the time when I got into it with a fan base. And it wasn't even my intentions on getting into it with the whole entire fan base. But, well, I don't think it was the whole entire fan base. I think it was more so the creepy adults within that fan base. Because my thing is this. There should be no reason on why adults is pretending to be characters from a TV show that's primarily like the people that watch that show is 99% of the time you're gonna most likely see young kids watching this show, like kids that's in preschool and elementary, because that's when I watch this show. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't think that would be a smart idea, especially when we're living in this day and age where you got a lot of creepy adults out there. I don't think that would be a wise decision for an adult to pretend to be a TV show character of a TV show that's primarily made for, it's like, yeah, it's made for kids, you know, like, yeah, I guess, you know, if you're if you're over the age, you can watch that show. You got the free will to watch whatever show, movie you want to watch. But I just think that it's super weird seeing an adult portray as one of those characters. And I'm like, fam, my thing is this. If you ain't the voice actor, like if you ain't getting paid to do this for like in a professionalized environment, you have no business pretending to be this individual on the internet. And yeah, I found that weird. That was one thing where I was all like, I never understood that about that fan base. But yeah, I think since then, I don't know, maybe them guys done went into hiding, or they realized that, yeah, I think that's kind of weird, you know, me being a grown adult pretending to be a train and stuff. And this is a TV show meant for kids. Like, fam, there's people that literally do this stuff so they can, like, you know, be a predator and stuff. So yeah, so I'm like, fam, I find it weird. I find it very weird. But no, overall though, so how the whole situation even started in the first place. So yeah, just getting strong into this story. So back in 2015, I got into it with a YouTuber where me and him, so alright, so to give you guys a backstory on that story, so there, if you guys remember the YouTuber CJ So Cool, I think a lot of people do. I feel like that's a name you ain't gonna forget. But anyways, at the time when he was, I think, cause yeah, I just find that crazy too. I'm like, he ain't even married to royalty no more. I guess they broke up some time ago, so that might be some news to some people if you didn't know that. But anyways, no, overall though, he did this prank where him and royalty, I guess, broke up. But I'm like, dang, it's like, you know, years later that ended up actually happening. They broke up and things, or got divorced, I don't know. But anyways, but yeah, he did this prank where he was just, yeah, saying like him and royalty broke up. So there was this guy that was just going all throughout CJ So Cool's comments, because back then you would see that with a lot of different reaction people that do reaction videos, where they would upload numerous videos in a day. So yeah, it was like I was doing it, CJ So Cool was doing it, Tyrone Magnus was doing it, I think I'm Dante, he was doing it too, where you just see them upload like a bunch of different reaction videos within the day. So anyways, but yeah, so the guy, he's going all throughout CJ So Cool's videos talking about, oh, I upload the video on their breakup, I upload the video on their breakup. So it was me and a few other people that got on him for doing that. Like, bro, why is you like trying to use his fan base to get views for your channel? It's like going about your business. So he overall noticed what I had said, and then yeah, from there me and him started getting into it. But anyways, he had this crazy fan on his channel. So the fan, I guess at some point in time, decided that he didn't want to be a fan of him no more. He wanted to be a fan of me. Alright, you know, like, cause this 2015, that was like the year where I really got into content creating and stuff. So or more so started treating it like it was like, you know, career and things. And so anyways, this was my first time ever really dealing with something like this. But anyways, so the guy, he goes and comments on my video. He's like, oh, I'm not a fan of the YouTuber that I was getting into it with anymore. I'm a fan of you now. All right, cool. No biggie, no problem. I ain't tripping about it. But man, when I tell you guys, this man, well, at the time being, he was a kid. Now he's a man. But no, and it's funny because I just remember in the Just a Robot drama, they brought this guy up, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with this guy no more for the rest of my life. I'm like, you know, a part of me feels kind of like, you know, like, should I do this episode? Should I just do something else? But I'm like, I know, yeah, there's gonna probably be some people out there there wondering, you see some videos pop up on my, like you watch a lot of my videos, and then you see some old videos from back then, you're all like, dang, what was going on back then? But anyways, yeah, but getting back into the story, I'm like, I ain't got all sidetracked and stuff. So, but no, overall, so yeah, he does say that. He was like, I'm not a fan of that guy no more. I'm a fan of you. All right, cool, no biggie, no problem. So, anyways, then he starts spamming my comment sections, talking about, can you react to this video? I seen the video already, but I seen that they upload another version. I'm like, okay, I seen that video that you keep wanting me to react to. I'm not going to react to that, but I'll react to something else. I wasn't a fan of the video. I wasn't even a fan of that type of content. And I'm like, I remember when I did that video, like, if you guys see how I am, like, with a body cam video, for an example, I'm talkative, you know, I'm making comments, I'm cracking jokes, even if it's like a gaming video or a, I'm trying to think of some like them, like unsolved mystery type videos. Like, if videos that I'm interested in, I'm always going to be talkative. This was, I had to say, this was probably my first reaction video where I was not talkative at all. And I'm like, I pretty much reacted to the video just so I can, like, yeah, just so he could stop commenting underneath my videos. But I realized that I was like, okay, there is no energy in me in that video. I can't have that video up. I don't want that video up. So I took the video down. The kid gets upset about it, and he's all like, oh, I'm not a fan of you no more. I'm gonna start being a fan of the original YouTuber that he was a fan of. So he's just going back and forth between us at this point. And, yeah, I'm all like, this is stupid. I'm like, cause and that was what he was doing. Like one day, he's a fan of me. Next day, he's a fan of the other guy. Then he's a fan of me. Then he's a fan of the other guy. And I'm like, bro, he's just going back and forth. So I remember he commented one last time, and I was like, no, I don't want you on my channel no more. I'm like, go on about your business, but stop coming back to my channel. So at this point, this kid gets upset. And look, I'm telling you, this kid was threatening my life. I'm saying he wasn't even like threatening like my life in a way where it was like, it was just like, you're not thinking about what you're doing. Like, and it's not even like on some stuff like you're gonna say something that you regret. Like, no, you could tell that something was wrong with this kid. Cause I was like, he'll say something along the lines like, so when he would be threatening me, so he'll be all like, I'm gonna set you on fire, burn you to death, and I'm gonna starve you to death. And I'm like, fam, if you set somebody on fire, do you think they're gonna want to eat afterwards? Why would I want to eat afterwards? My whole 99% of my body has been burned. Why would I want to have myself a meal afterwards? I'm like, fam, take me to the hospital. But it's like, do you honestly think? Because I think at the time being, he was like 13, 14 years old. And I think at the time being, I either had just turned 19, or was I? No, wait a minute. I was either 18 or 19. I can't remember the exact age, but I was between that age range. And I'm like, do you honestly think, you being a child, do you honestly think you're going to manage to kidnap? Because no, he would say that too. He was going to kidnap me. And I'm like, do you think you have that strength to kidnap me? I'm like, fam, I just became a grown man. I'm like, I'm telling you right now, unless you're 7 feet tall, 200 and something pounds, and you're a black belt in multiple, I'm with what you got going on, you're not going to be able to kidnap me. I promise you that, all right? And I think it was funny because years later, I remember Just a Robot, he tried using that against me, but I did say that to the kid. I was like, if I see you in real life and I feel like that I'm being threatened, I'm kicking you in the throat. No questions about it. And then, yeah, Just a Robot and his fans, they tried to use that against me. All like, oh, you threatened to kick a kid in the throat. And I'm like, okay, and? Oh, I'm supposed to feel bad about that? Yeah, you guys ain't mentioning the fact that he was threatening my life. You just only mentioned that I was going to give him a good old-fashioned sweet chin music. All right, cool. So anyways, and that offer still stands. Yeah, he's an adult now, but I'm like, even if if I could, my thing is this, pretty much, I have no remorse for what I said. I'm like, if I could go back 10 years ago to that exact moment and I have a choice on saying something different, a Batista bomb, I'm saying a freaking, like, something that's gonna cause some sort of damage to let him know that I am not to be messed with. I don't want to be messed with. I just want to be left alone. I just want to upload my videos and go on about my business. That's all that I wanted, alright? So, but anyways, so yeah, overall though, I just remember after that, like, he was just bro, he would make videos about me. He was always in my comments. And that's the thing, because I know people would probably be all like, well, why didn't you just block him? I would. And this is when I started noticing when people would do crap like that, where they would just create another channel just to say that crap all over again. So yeah, he'll create another channel, comment on my videos, talk about, oh, I'm gonna kidnap you, set you on fire, starve you to death, and kill you, and all this other stuff. And I'm thinking to and then, so the thing was this, I wasn't really caring that he was saying it about me. When he started saying it to my friends, that's when I had a problem with it. So yeah, there was one of my friends named TJ, and then another friend of mine's named Hannah, where they would so Hannah, she pretty much was like known within the like reaction community and stuff. So yeah, because you would see her commenting on Dante's videos. I think she was a fan of Jinx, CJ So Cool, and Tyrone Magnus. But overall, though, me and her ended up becoming cool with one another, because I would see her in them guys' comment sections. So at that point, me and her ended up being cool with one another and things. And then TJ, he used to do these compilations where he'll just have it where, because I remember I think that's how I found out about him, was that Dante had reacted to him or to his compilations. And so then I remember the funny thing was, I remember I had his videos open to react to it, and then one day he contacted me. He was all like, hey, like, I was wondering if you could react to my compilations. I'm like, fam, I already had your channel open. I'm like, you ain't even gotta ask. I was gonna react to that stuff anyways. From there, me and him, we became good friends. Still friends with them guys till this day. So anyway, shout out to them. But this so the kid's name was Glenn. I feel like I forgot to mention that. But so Glenn started threatening them. And I'm thinking to myself, fam, okay, it's one thing you threatening me, because I'm not gonna care. I don't know how they going to take that type of stuff. And I don't want them to, like, okay, they feel uncomfortable coming to my channel because I got some weird, crazy kid in my comment sections. So I'm all like, nah, bruh, I gotta shut this down right now. So I went off on the Glenn kid. I'll admit, I went off on him, didn't hold back. I let that kid have it. And then some fans at the time, they seen how upset I was, so they pretty much took the situation in their own hands. And when I tell you guys, they went after this kid, they went after him to the point where this kid posted a video of himself crying. That's my thing is this. Look, I'm telling you guys, when you have that type of respect within your fan base, it's one of those things where it's all like, man, it's a beautiful thing to watch. It's a beautiful thing to watch where it's like, I didn't even ask these guys to stand up for me, but they did. Shout out to them fans. Like, I can't remember each and every one of your guys' names, but you know who you are, and you know what I'm talking about. Just in case, I guess, if they do decide to, I don't know if they still watching my videos to this day, but yeah, just in case, I'm like, you guys hear this podcast episode, you guys knew who you were, so I appreciate that. But anyways, yeah, he posted a video of himself crying, talking about my fans need to leave him alone. And I'm like, no, you brought down yourself. I remember I posted a response to that video cracking up laughing. I'm like, I can care less if you're crying. I know people, yeah, I was definitely on some like villainous stuff going on, because I'm like, my thing is this now on some I'm like, hey, look, I ain't even going to engage. I'm not going to react to this guy. I'm not going to do nothing. I'm just going to delete his comments and go on about my business. I'm in a point in time in my life right now where I'm like, I ain't even trying to get into no drama. So anyways, but yeah, overall though, after that, he pretty much just disappeared. So then I had to say, like, I think it was maybe around that time, that's when I had got into it with Minnesota Boy. So that went on for a little bit, and then 2016, so that's when Glenn had returned. He came back, and he started just pretty much on the same energy again, threatening me, threatening people around me, just overall acting crazy in my comment sections. So I figured, you know what? No, I'm gonna give him a taste of his own medicine. I'm gonna go after something that he likes. So he was posting videos of himself. Mind you, this kid's like 14, 15 years old. I'm like, what are you doing watching Thomas the Tank Engine? I'm like, I feel like you should be at an age where it's like, nah, bro, you watching something a little bit more of your age. Because my thing is this. Ain't nothing wrong with watching Thomas the Tank Engine. If you want to watch that show, you have the free will to watch that show. But how I look at it, you are a teenager where there's multiple teenagers around you not even thinking about that show. Yeah, they probably reminiscing about that show, but they're not like, oh, I can't wait to. How many? My thing is this: go to your high school tomorrow. Go to your high school, maybe middle school. I feel like there might be some kids in middle school where it's like they still watching them types of shows. I really don't know. But yeah, elementary, of course, preschool, of course, yeah, they're going to be watching Thomas the Tank Engine. Go to school tomorrow and you ask any kid in your classroom, are you watching Thomas the Tank Engine when you get home? I guarantee and I promise you, them kids is going to be like, fam, it's either going to be, what is that show? Or no. I'm not gonna be watching no TV show that's meant for kids. Like, my thing is this: teenagers want to grow up. They want to get older. I just don't understand. I'm like, you're a 14, 15-year-old kid sitting around watching some like learning shows for, meant for like kids and like young kids. Kids that's like 10 years old or younger than you and stuff. So yeah, I'm all like, yeah, I pretty much was all like, okay, I'm gonna go after this show that he's a fan of, this Thomas the Tank Engine or Thomas and Friends, whatever. But anyways, so yeah, I remember I made a video talking about, I was all like, yeah, you a certain age watching that show. I'm like, something wrong with you. And I was like, I think I did say that too. I'm like, cause I think that's what it was, cause he did get some people within that fan base. And I think that's why I had said, like, if you're an adult watching that TV show, you're a pedophile. And I'm like, that's some weird stuff. Cause I'm like, okay, my thing is this. Imagine you having a kid. Your kid comes home from school, but as they're walking through their door, they got this adult walking in with them, and they talking about, oh, we're gonna go up to my room and watch Thomas the Tank Engine. Mind you, your kid is in preschool or elementary, them between them ages of where it is normal to watch that show. Do you think that's normal? My thing is this, all right? Now, if you're an adult, go to work tomorrow and ask, hey, do you plan on watching the new episode of Thomas the Tank Engine? People are going to be looking at you all like, excuse me? Like, you've been weird this whole time? Like, oh, nah. But, and it's like, I feel like it's either gonna be, no, that's a kid show, or, yeah, probably, because I'm like, my kid, he's a fan, he or she is a fan of that show, and I be sitting down watching TV with them. That should be the only reason on why you're sitting down watching that show. But other than that, I'm like, just you by yourself watching that show, yes, still to this day, I find some type of, like, that, I just find that weird, alright? So, but anyways, yeah, so I remember I made that video, and then, yeah, that was probably, because I didn't realize that there was a whole fan base. Like, I just thought it was, the Glenn kid and his friends, and I'm like, my thing is this, what is, some grown adults doing talking to, even the fact that they're talking to a teenager, that's weird, but the fact that you guys are impersonating a cartoon character meant for a kid show, I'm dealing with a weird audience right now. But anyways, yeah, after that, I remember after I made that video, oh man, them fans were after me. I was like, what was that one boxer where he made that meme and he was all like, bro, I'm getting cooked. Like, that's how it was for me. And so yeah, I remember, because one of the first few videos I remember watching, it looked like there was some guy that was in college. And so this is like, because I'm either 19 or 20 at the time. But anyways, I remember I watched this video of this college kid where he, like, and you could tell, because it was, I don't know, either that was his room or it was his dorm. It looked like it could have been a dorm. I don't know. But regardless, I'm like, fam, what are you doing right now? Like, my thing is this, you're at an age to where a video like this isn't normal to make. I can get if you are a kid, but I'm like, I wasn't going after kids for watching that show. I'm going after teenagers and adults because it is weird. So the thing is this, I do remember being like, I was either 19 or 20 at the time, and I remember people older than me coming after me because I went after this, I was more so going after Glenn and his friends, but yeah, seeing that where there was like adults in their 30s. I think it was either they were close to their 30s or they were in their 30s coming after me from talking about Thomas the Tank Engine. I'm like, wow. Or talking about the people, the fans within that group, and I'm like, wow. This is crazy. I'm like, this is insane, where I'm all like, the age that I am right now, I'm 28 years old, seeing people my age right now being a fan of that or impersonating characters from that show. I'm like, nobody finds that weird. Okay, I guess maybe I'm just the weird one. I don't know. But overall, though, I was like, man, this is just weird. But I remember at the time being, because I was like, okay, I realized that I've offended some people. I apologize, and I left it at that. But they were still coming after me and stuff. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna mess around and go back to what I was saying before. I'm like, you guys better accept my apology and go on about your business. Like, I'm not trying to be bothered with you guys right now. But yeah, and I remember it was for a little bit. They were, and I feel like it kind of stopped because then that next year I was already dealing with my drama with just the robot. So yeah, I think by that time it had stopped. But then as the time did go on, it was like a lot of the videos, because there was like, no, it was like people that was making videos, like people within that group that was making videos about me. And then eventually a lot of their videos, either they took the videos down or they just went deeper into the search section. Because I remember, I think it was after a while, because I remember when you would search up my name, there was the one college kid that would pop up where he made a video talking about me. But other than that, it was like, I feel like all the other videos, they just slowly started disappearing. And then eventually that video disappeared. So I don't know if that guy deleted his channel or deleted that video, but regardless of the situation, I was like, that was weird. I'm like, that was a weird time that I was going through with YouTube. But yeah, like I said though, but then eventually it did stop. But yeah, I feel like I needed to tell the story, because I know some people, if you do manage to stumble across either some social media posts that I made or some videos that I made, then there's an explanation. Blame a kid named Glenn on the reason why I was dealing with them people in the first place. But yeah, that's just one of those things where I'm like, lesson learned. I'm not going to be fooling around with no fan bases no more. I'm like, nah, I'm done. I'm like, I'm done with the drama. I'm done with the beefing. I'm done with all that. I'm like, I don't even want to go through that stuff no more. But yeah, man, I'm like, that's just overall, just a little bit of advice for any content creator out there. If you have a person, like, let's say you do get into some drama, like there might be a day where it's like you really can't hold your tongue and you gotta respond, you gotta say something, and let's say you do, and then somebody comments underneath your video talking about, oh, I'm not a fan of that guy no more, I'm a fan of you now. Block that person. I've had that happen to me one too many times where I'm all like, no, next person that says that, I'm like, go on about your business, bro. I don't want nothing to do with you. Just go on. I'm like, I don't want you here right now. So yeah, anyways, content creating, it's a weird place, man. To say just some areas of it can be weird, but anyways, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service, and peace.